So next problem is sketch the root locus for the unity feedback systems whose open loop transfer function is g of s into h of s is equal to k. So you have to sketch the root locus for the given transfer function. Okay, so we just follow the root locus technique rules, right? The first step is you have to locate the poles and zeros on the S plane. So locate the poles and zeros on the S plane. So you take S plane, so this is positive sigma, so this is negative sigma, so this is j omega, this is minus j omega, this is minus j omega, right? The given transfer function, this is the given transfer function. So you have to find how many poles and zeros are there. So you just see that here number of poles and zeros, how many number of poles and zeros, how many number of poles and zeros. So in this equation, so only there are no zeros, right? So m is equal to 0 here, m is equal to 0. You get, so you can first locate the, take this, if you take a test point here in this place, if you take a test point, what is the number of poles and zeros, how many? Test point, right side of this test point, number of poles and zeros are zeros, right? So this entire portion, so this inside part 0 to n plus positive, this entire part is not part of the root locus. So if you take a test point here, right? So right side of this test point, number of poles and zeros, how many? Is a 1. 1 is the odd number, so this entire part belongs to the root locus. So where I have taken test point, so minus 4 and 0. So when I take a test point here, so number of poles and zeros are how many? 1. That's an odd number. So this entire portion is a part of the root locus. So this is the entire portion. So I'm going to draw a color. So this, just see that this color, or I can take any other color. So this entire portion is a root locus path, this orange color. Okay, so next what you do, next you have to find the k value, you have to find the root locus path. So as increase the k value, what happen now, the roots will move. So this root definitely will move in this direction, this root will move. As k value increases, what happens, this root will move this direction and this root will move this direction, right? What about this root, which direction this root will move, and this root, and what direction it will move, at what angle it will move, and also after moving, what happened, this, as the k value increases, what happened, this meet at a point. So what happened, they will break away. After that, in what direction this angle will move. So this all we have to find it. So now we find the centroid. Next step is to find the centroid and asymptotes. So now I am going to find the centroid and asymptotes. So next step, find the centroid and asymptotes. So take the asymptotes here. Asymptotes and centroid, you have to find it. Asymptotes and centroid you have to find. The symbol is asymptotes, phi a is equal to, so odd multiple of 180 into 2q plus 1 by, so n minus m. So q, you know, the q is equal to here 0, 1, 2 and so on, n minus m minus 1. So you just find the n minus m. So if you find the n minus m, what is the n minus m? N means number of poles. You know the number of poles are 4. M is equal, number of zeros are 0. You know that m is equal to 0 and n is equal to 4. If you substitute there n minus m, how much you will get? N minus m, 4 minus 0. So that is a 4. Then n minus m minus 1, 4 minus 1. So you will get 3. It means here, now the q value is here. Q value is equal to 0, 1, 2 and 3. So we have to find the asymptotes for this. Q is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. Right. So we will find it one by two. So when q is equal to 0, so when q is equal to 0, so what is your asymptote? So when q is equal to 0, so your asymptote by a is equal to, q is equal to 0 means what you get? So plus or minus 180 by 2q, 0, 0, this is into 1 by, n means how much? N means how much? 4, m means 0, so you will get 180 by 4. Of course the plus or minus. So what happened? This will become 45 degrees. So this become 45 degrees. It means here angle of asymptote when q is equal to 0, so you will get plus or minus 45 degrees. Plus or minus 45 degrees. So now we find q is equal to 1. So when q is equal to 1, so you find q is equal to 1. So what are the asymptotes? So the q is equal to 1. So your phi a is equal to plus or minus 180. So 2 into q is equal to 1 plus 1 by how much? This is a 4. So what happened? Plus or minus 180 into 3 by 4. So this become how much? 45. 45 into 3. How much you get? 45 into 3. So this 35. 135. 135 degrees you will get. So phi a is equal to here 135 degrees when q is equal to 1. Right. Next q is equal to 2. You find q is equal to 2. For the q is equal to 2, what is the asymptote? So phi a is equal to so plus or minus 180, 2 into q is equal to 2. So this is a plus 1 by 4. So how much you will get here? Plus or minus 180 into 5 by 4 into how much this one? This is 45 degrees. 45 degrees how much you will get? So 45 into 5 how much? It's a 225 degrees. So phi a is equal to 225 degrees. Okay. Then q is equal to 3. You find the asymptote for q is equal to 3. So when q is equal to 3, so what you get? So phi a is equal to, so 2, so this is plus or minus 180, 2 into 3 plus 1 by 4. So this is a plus or minus 180, right. So this is 2 into 3, 6, 7 by 4, 45. So how much you get? 45 degrees into 7, how much? 45 into 7, how much you will get? 355. So you will get 355 degrees. Right. So you also have to find the centroid. So how to find the centroid? This is very, very easy to find centroid. So centroid, what is the symbol for the centroid? The centroid symbol is, this is the centroid. Okay. Centroid is equal to, So what is sum of poles minus sum of zeros by n minus m, n minus m, right? So here sum of poles, what are sum of poles? You go s is equal to 0, then minus 4, next minus 2 plus j4, next minus 2 minus j4, sum of zeros are 0 by n minus m means here, n minus m means here 4. So what you get here, plus j minus 4j will get cancelled. So your your centroid is how much here, minus 8 by minus 4, minus 4 minus 2 minus 2, minus 8 by 4. So you will get minus 2. So your centroid is minus 2, right? So now we see that. So what is your centroid? So you take this one in this picture. So what is the here? So your centroid is minus, centroid is minus 2. Your asymptotes are how much? Plus or minus 45 degrees, right? And plus or minus 135 degrees, and another one is plus or minus 225 degrees, and another one is plus or minus 315 degrees. So these are the asymptotes. Asymptote, the centroid is minus 2. Centroid is minus 2. So very centroid, from this only you have to draw a centroid, that is minus, centroid is equal to minus 2. From this you have to draw a asymptotes. Then what angle you have to draw? 45. So you take a protractor and at 45 degrees. So when you draw a 45 degrees, so that will go this direction. So that will go this direction, 45 degrees direction you can draw here, right? This is a 45 direction, 45 degrees, right? And here also minus 45. So that is minus 45 degrees. So this is minus 45, minus 45 degrees, right? Right. So next, what is another angle? It is a 135. So where is a 135? So 135 would be in this direction. 135 degrees would be in this direction. This is 135 degrees. If you take this one, would go as 135 degrees. 135 degrees. So next if you draw, how much next? 225. 225. So 225 means this is a 225 degrees, right? So 225 degrees, 225. So I am going to draw an angle here, 225. This is 225 degrees. So next one is 315. 315. So this will go in this direction. So 315 in this direction it will go. So that will be 315 degrees. So now we have drawn asymptotes from the centroid. From the centroid only we have to draw the asymptotes. So now these asymptotes will give the direction of the roots. So that what they saying, one root may go this direction, and another root may go direct this direction, and another root go this direction, and another root go may this direction. See, there are 4 poles. 4 poles means there are 4 root locus branches. 4 roots means 4 root locus branches we can see on this S plane. So now we have to find breakaway point. You just see that this root has moved in this direction, and this root moving this direction as the k value increases, right? So after as k value increases, what happened, this will meet at a point and further we increase, so they will break away. So we have to find the breakaway point. So to find the breakaway point, so we have the equation. What is the equation to find the breakaway point? To find the breakaway point, so what is the formula? So we have a closed loop system. So C of S by R of S is equal to G of S by 1 plus G of S into H of S. Here unity feedback means unity feedback. Unity feedback H of S is equal to 1. Then substitute, you know the G of S. After substituting, so you will get, so your C of S by, so your R of S is equal to, so you will get K by S into S plus 4 into S square plus 4S plus 20, okay, plus K. So to find the breakaway point, you know the equation. So that is dk by ds is equal to 0. From this equation only you have to find the root locus, right? So what is the characteristic equation here? Your characteristic equation is from this transfer function. So your characteristic equation is so what, s into s plus 4 into s square plus 4s plus 20 plus k, right? So finally you will get the k value here. I am writing directly, you just multiply s into s square plus 4s, so you will get the k value. The k value is minus s power 4 plus 8 s cubed plus 36 s square plus 80 s. So this is a k value. So you just now differentiate the k value. You differentiate the k value. So when you differentiate the k value with respect to s, so dk by ds is equal to 0, that we have to do. So you know that, so dy by ds, so what is the s value? What is the k value? K is equal to minus of s power 4 plus 8s cubed plus 36s square plus 80s is equal to 0. So when you differentiate this one, so what do you get? So 4s cubed, right? Then 8 into 3, 24 s square plus 36 into 2, that is 72 s plus 80 is equal to 0. Now you just say that, take that side, so you will get 4 s cube plus 24 s square plus 72 s plus 80 is equal to 0, right? Now if you take a common here, so I am going to take a common 4. So when you take a common 4 here, so what you get? 4 s cube, so 4 into 6, okay, s square. Next is the 18s plus, so that is a 20, and you take the 4 common. So you send that side, so you will get s cube plus 6 s square plus 18s plus 20 is equal to 0. 20 is equal to 0, right? Now what happened, you have to find the factors for this, okay? So I'm going to take it a s, I'm going to take a s common. So what you get when after taking s common, right? So you will get s square plus 6x plus 18 plus 20. So plus 20 you will get. So what I'm going to do here now, s cubed, you know that s cubed, right? So s cubed, so what is s cubed coefficient? So I'm just going to use by using this method. S cubed coefficient is 1 here, and s square coefficient is 6, and s coefficient is 18, 20, right? 20. I'm just going to take minus 2. So you divide minus 2 into 0, how much here? 1. Minus 2 into 1, so minus 2, how much here? 4 you will get. Minus 2 into 4, how much? 8. 4 into 8 minus 8, so you will get a 10. So minus 20 into 10, so you will get minus 20. So this become 0. So what do you get now? S plus 2, okay, s square plus 4s plus 10, right? So you have got an equation. So instead of writing like this, you can do this method. So finally you will get you got s plus 2 into s square plus 4s plus 10 is equal to 0. So what are the roots now here? The roots are here, the roots of the characteristic 2. So here s is equal to minus 2. So what about this? Is the quadratic equation. So we have to find the complex pole for this, right? So when you apply the root quadratic equation, so you will get minus, this is a s2 s3. You already know s1 is equal to minus 2. So s3 s2 s3, so s minus s2 s3, so you will get minus 2 plus or minus j 2.25. So these roots, how you are going to get these roots? So you have the quadratic equation, that is s1 into s2 minus b plus or minus b plus or minus, so root b square minus 4ac by 2a. Here a is equal to how much? So a is equal to the constant, a is equal to 1, and b is equal to 4, and c is equal to. You substitute a, b value in this equation, so you will get this complex poles, right? So now what you do? So your k value, so what is the k is equal to here? K is equal to, the k value is here minus s power 4 plus, right, s power 4 8 s cubed plus 36 s square plus 80 yes 80s. So now what happened? You have to substitute all these s values in this equation. S is equal to minus 2. So when you substitute s is equal to minus 2, so what? So if you substitute s is equal to minus 2 here, so minus 2 whole power 4, then 8 minus 2 whole power 3, right? Next, that is 6 minus 2 square, 80 into minus 2, right? So if you substitute, what happened? You will get minus 64. So what happened? 64. So since k is 64, is a plus 64. It means, so when k value, if you get the positive k value, so what happened? That point become a breakaway point, right? So next, now if you substitute s is equal to minus 2, substitute here in this equation. Next we substitute k is equal to, so you know that minus s power 4 plus 8 s cube plus 36 s square plus 80 s. So that's for s is equal to minus 2 minus, okay, j or plus 2.25. So you have to substitute in this equation, right? So when you substitute in this equation, so you will get the k value, you will get the positive value, right? Right. So when you substitute this value in this equation, so what happen, you will get k is equal to, so you will get that's 100 you will get, so it's a positive value. So that will be is a, this is the what happened, so this is the breakaway point. So another, so s is equal to minus 2, s is equal to minus 2 minus j 2.25, 2.25. So 2.25, if you substitute in this equation, so you will get k is equal to, again you will get the 100. So this is also, so breakaway point. Since, so when you substitute s is equal to minus 2, so your k value is a positive, okay. When you substitute s is equal to minus 2, minus 2 plus j 0.2.25, when you substitute in the s value, so your k value is a positive, okay. When you substitute s is equal to minus 2 minus j 2.25, you got a k is equal to positive value. So what happened, so this is also breakaway point, this is also breakaway point, and this is also breakaway point. 3 breakaway points are there. So we are going to look at the breakaway points. So we see that you the graph, if you take your graph, so if you take a graph, this one, right, so there is a root law. So this what happened, this root will come here and this root will come this direction. So this is a breakaway. So here there is one breakaway point, that is s is equal to minus 2. So other two are what, complex, other two are the complex. So you got minus 2 plus j 2.25 is another root breakaway point where minus 2 at minus 2 minus j 0.25. So you can locate this, where is the minus, so if you take this one here, so this become, so 2 minus 2 plus j 2.25. So another one I am going to take here, minus 2 minus 2.25, right. So if we just draw here minus 2, so what happened, here is a one breakaway point. So if we just draw here, here is a one breakaway point, and here also one breakaway point, okay, one breakaway point. So 3 breakaway points, here is a one breakaway, here is one breakaway, here is one breakaway. So there's the 3 breakaway points. Now you see that after increase the k value, so what direction this is moving, so that is also we have to find. To find that, you have to find the angle of departure. So you have to find the angle of departure. So how are you going to find the angle of departure? So I am going to take a sheet here. I will explain how to find the angle of departure. So again, angle of departure. So we are going to find the angle of departure. See here, I am just going to keep it this angle of departure. Are you going to find the angle of departure? So you know the poles, how you are located, right? So how you located the poles, you already know. So here I am going to take this one, right? Right. So you located, so s is equal to, so this is a 0, right? Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Here is a 1, 2, and so on. So this is a plus and this is a negative real axis. Here 1j, 2j, 3j, and 4j. And here minus 1j, minus 2j, minus 3j, minus 4j, minus 4j. right? So you just see that where the poles are located. One is S is equal to 0 and another pole is S is equal to minus 4 and another pole is here. So another pole is, this is the pole here. So another pole is so here. So there are 4 poles are there. Now what happened, you know, if a k value increases, this root will move this direction, this root will move direction. So further increase the k value, so it will meet at k at s is equal to minus 2 and break away, right? What about these roots? So to find the angle of this root, what you have to do, you just draw a asymptotes, right? So sorry, you have to draw one vector from here, right? So this is a one vector, and what is the angle here? What is the theta 1? You have to find it. So again you draw one vector. So this is, you just see that this is just this always this angle is perpendicular. This is a 90 degrees, right? So this is I'm just going to write a T P1, right? So here T P2, and also you draw another vector from this pole. So this is a T theta P3, right? So at this point you have to find the angle of departure, how this pole is moving or what angle the pole is moving from this point. So how you got to find the angle of departure? So angle of departure, you already know, the equation is plus or minus, okay, 180, okay, so that is plus pi, plus pi, plus pi, this is the formula. Plus pi means here, plus pi means total angle contributed by poles and zeros, okay. So here minus p plus pi z, pi z, or you can write theta p or theta z, right? So what is the theta p here? Theta p is equal to theta p1 plus theta p2 plus theta p3, right? So here theta z is equal to what? 0. So there are no zeros to contribute angle, so only here contributing poles. Here you just see that here theta in this here in this figure. So theta p1 here, theta p1 is equal to how much? Theta p1 is equal to 180 minus, right, 180 minus tan inverse, tan inverse. So what is the imaginary part? So that's the imaginary by real part, right? So 180 degrees minus, so tan inverse. So what is the omega? So omega is equal to how much? 4 here. So this length from here to here, so omega is a 4. So 4. So what is the real part? From this to here, the real part is 2 units. So this is a 4 and this is the 4 and this is a 2. So 2. So what happened? 180 minus tan inverse 2. So theta p1 is equal to 180 minus tan inverse 2. So you take a calculator. You take a calculator. So tan inverse 2 is, you got 63 degrees, 63.43. It means approximately, I am going to take this one as, you can write 63.43 tan inverse. So you just subtract it. How much you will get? 180 minus 63.43. How much you will get? So you will get theta p1. So you will get 57 degrees. So this is the theta p1. So what is the what is the value of, you already know, theta p2, you already know, that is a 90 degrees. So what about theta p3? So you have to find the theta p3. So theta p3 is equal to, so tan inverse by omega by sigma, right? So theta p3 is equal to, so tan inverse omega is how much? 4. This length is only 4, right? So what is the real part? From this to this length is again 2 units. So you will get theta p3 also, you will get 60, tan inverse 2, you will get 63.43. Okay, right. Right. So what is a TP? TP, so angle contribution. So theta p is equal to, so theta p1 plus theta p2 plus theta p3 is equal to how much? Theta p1 how much? So theta p1 is equal to 16 degrees 0.57 degrees, okay, and theta p2 is equal to how much? 90 degrees, and theta p3 is equal to how much? 63.43 degrees. Okay, so you just add this all the things. I'm going to add it. How much you will get? How much you will get? You get 116.57 plus 90 degrees plus 63.43. How much you got? So you got 270 degrees, right? So you got 270 degrees. So this is 270 degrees, right? So I'm going to substitute in the equation. Right. What is the T? P is equal to 270 degrees. So what is the equation we have? Our equation is, so our equation is this. You see that our equation is this one. So to find the angle of departure, so theta p is equal to plus or minus, or just plus 180, okay, plus pi. So this is a p, total angle contributed by the zeros and poles. So this one, so this is only pi. So what is that? 180 minus, so what is the total angle contributed by poles plus total angle contributed by zeros. So pi is equal to, what is that? 180 minus 270 degrees. So this is the 0. So what is you will get the value? So you will get, so 180 minus 270. So 180, just see here, 180 minus 270 degrees. How much you got? You got minus 90. So so your angle of departure minus 90 degrees. So your angle is departing at an angle of 90 degrees. So you just see that from this point, so you will just draw a, yes, just draw coordinates here. I'm just going to write the coordinate, okay. So this direction, so if you go this direction, 0 90, right, 0 90 270 like this. So if you just go in this direction, so what happens? 0 minus 90, right, and this is a minus 180. So this is a 180, sorry, this is a 180, and if you go minus 180 like this, so what happened? You got minus 90. It means your angle of departure means your pole is moving at an angle of 90 degrees, at an angle of 90 degrees. So your this pole is moving, right? So and this pole also minus 90, okay, this pole also minus 90. How are you going to find this pole? So angle of departure, so if you take this is a if you take this is a A, so A, angle of departure at A is equal to how much? Minus 90. Angle of departure at A dash. So this is the A dash. I am going to take this is A dash. A dash is equal to, the formula is minus of minus 90 degrees. So you will get 90 degrees. So it means it is moving at an angle of 90 degrees this direction. So this angle is departuring at an angle of 90 degrees in this direction. This is coming in this direction. So you take the main diagram. So you take the main diagram. So if you take this diagram, so how these poles are moving? These poles are moving. So you have found it. So this is moving this direction, and this is also moving this direction, right? So at an angle of minus 90, and this is at an angle of plus 90. You just see that this is moving plus 90, and if you take this one is minus 90 degrees. So moving like this, right? So you already found the breakaway points, and also you will find the asymptotes. You just see that where is the breakaway point in this? Your breakaway point is, sorry, here I am supposed to write here. This is the here, and here also here, not here. So this is your so this is moving at an angle of minus 90 departure, and this is a plus 90. So what is this one? The breakaway points. So you have find that SC is equal to minus 2.25 breakaway point, and this breakaway point is SC is equal to minus 2 plus 2.25, J 2.25. So what happened? So this root, see this root, as a K value increase, what happened? This root will move this direction, and this root will move this direction at S is equal to minus 2. So breakaway point. I have told you this is also breakaway point. Okay, minus 2. So after then this root is moving this direction as K value increasing, and this root also moving this right direction as K value increasing. So what happened? Two roots are coming this direction, and two roots are coming this direction, right? So what happened? We just see that after this breakaway point, what happened? This root will go this direction, and another root, what happened, will come this direction. See, this root is coming this direction after, and this root is coming this direction. What happened? This both will meet. So what happened? After meeting, one root go this direction, and one root go this direction. One root will go at an angle of 45 and 35, 135. The same way here, what happened? So this root coming this direction, so this root is coming here, so they will break away at this point. One root go this direction, and another root go this direction. So now we have 4 root locus branches. So this will terminate in infinity, and this will terminate in infinity. So this we have to find the, and what value of k, k value and omega it is crossing the j omega axis. You have to find it. I am going to draw this one another sheet so that you can easily understand. The same diagram I am going to write here, same diagram. So you just take it here. So we know that this is 0, 1, this is 2, and this is minus 4, this is a minus 5, and this is plus 1j, 2j, 3j, and 4j, and here is minus j minus 2j minus 3j minus 4j, right? And you have located the roots here. One root is here located, right? And another root is located, and another root here, complex root here is a one root is located, and another root is here located, right? So you know that this is the entire portion is a root locus branch, right? So what happened, you found that using a second rule, root locus on the real part. So this entire root part is a root locus. So you have find the centroid also. The centroid is, so this is minus 2, right? So your angles, so one is then asymptotes, one is moving at an angle of 45 degrees, right? So 45 degrees, and another one is so 135, so another one is 135 degrees, and another one is, and this angle is, and 225 degrees. If you just draw here 225 degrees, and another angle is 315 degrees, it's moving, right? So you have find the breakaway points also. One is s is equal to minus 2, s is equal to minus 2, right? So your breakaway points, so s is equal to minus 2, and another is minus 2 plus j 2.25, and another is minus 2 minus j 2.25. So somewhere here, so that is a breakaway point, that is minus 2 plus j 2.25, and another one is minus 2 minus j 2.25, right? So what happened, this root is coming this direction, right? And this root is coming this direction, and see, at s is equal to minus 2, they break away, right? And you know this root is coming this direction because we find angle of departure. So this root is coming this direction, right? And this root also coming this direction. You have find that this breakaway point. So this breakaway point is here one breakaway point, and here also one breakaway point, right? So after this will break away, and this root is moving this direction, and after breakaway this root will go this upside, and this also will come here. So whatever, this root also coming here. After this meet, one root will go this direction, another root will go this direction. So what happened here, also one root will go direction, this root will go this direction. So it means, so one so root so going this direction in a breakaway and going here. So what happened, so here one direction, this is one direction, this is one direction, this is a direction. So four roots, one root is going this direction, and another root is going this direction, and another root is going this direction, another root is going this direction. So it will terminate k is equal to infinity. It is also going to terminate k is equal to infinity. So you have to find it crossing point on the j omega. So to find the crossing point on the j omega axis, so you know the characteristic equation. So what is your characteristic equation? So your characteristic equation is, so that is s is equal to find the crossing point on the imaginary axis. Okay, so crossing point on imaginary axis. How to find the crossing point imaginary axis? You know that. So you simply so your characteristic equation is equal to, so what is that? That is s power 4 and then 8 s cubed, right, plus then 36 s square plus 80 s plus k is equal to 0, right? You substitute s is equal to j omega, so you will get it. So you substitute s is equal to j omega, so what to get in this equation? So j omega whole power 4 plus 8 j omega whole power cube plus 36 j omega square plus 80 j omega plus k is equal to 0. So if we just separate it, so after that you will get minus is separate j omega terms and real parts. So minus 8 minus j 8 omega cube plus j 80 omega 1 you get the imaginary part after that. So then real part omega 4 minus 36 omega square plus k is equal to 0. So from this equation you got omega square is equal to 10. So omega is equal to plus or minus. So you will get this is root 10 means, so omega is equal to, so you will get plus or minus 3.2 radians per second. So we substitute omega square is equal to 10 here. So you will get k value, you will get 260. Okay. So in this diagram, so you have taken this diagram here. So in this diagram, so what you do, so your k value is, so here omega is equal to 3.2. It means, so this is going, actually it is not, it's going from here, okay, not in this direction. So I found it. So this is a 3.2 radians per second. So now here also it is going here, not this direction, not in this crossing point. It is minus 3.2 radians per second. At the same point, what is the k value is a 260. After 260, this is crossing. See, if we beyond 261, what happened? This system become unstable. So this is the complete root locus sketch, right? So this is a complete root locus sketch. So this is the complete root locus sketch. This is a complete root locus sketch.